All right, bang, bang. Today is Thursday. It is April 14th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. We told you last week that we were going to get around to this, and we are getting around to it finally because White Sox Dave has just completed the Jasper Mall documentary on Amazon Prime.
Fresh in his mind.
Fresh in your mind. We'll get into it. We don't give final grades until after, David. But I'm going to go on a limb and say you did enjoy it.
That was the most depressing thing I've ever watched in my entire life. Those people, like I really don't think they know what happiness is, because they seem to they would talk about how I like working at the mall. Like it's like they were in perpetual purgatory or some dystopian
See,
world.
I disagree with you completely on that. Like when the phrase, like you just said, it's like they don't know what happiness is. Happiness is like, it could be very different.
Happiness is that mall for them.
Yeah.
It was like all right. The movie that just popped into my mind was Requiem for. Have you seen Requiem for a Dream?
No, but that's on my list too. Like I've never seen it. That's high in the queue right now.
I watched it once and I was disgusted with what I watched. It was like work of art and one of those type of movies, but you felt disgusting watching it.
You felt like that watching this?
Not quite to that level, but it was just so
yeah,
depressing.
They're two very different. That's a movie about heroin. This is a
amongst
movie,
other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. But for a little description here, it's an hour and 20 minutes. Amazon Prime.
It's quick bus.
It's very quick. Essentially, it chronicles a mall in Alabama that has lost a couple of its anchor stores and is severely deserted and losing stores by the minute. It seemed.
Have you booked your travel?
To go to Jasper Mall?
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring that up in a second. Before we really get into it, though, it's a shame that there's not just a Roman storefront in Jasper Mall. I think the people would appreciate that.
Be popping off. The clientele could really use it there.
It would be nice.
Yeah. That's we talk about target demographics a lot doing what we do, and their target demographic, everybody for the most part in the documentary was 100 years old. And I'm sure those people could use a Roman swipe.
They could definitely use a Roman swipe.
And that's not a bad thing. I use it.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're getting action and you're not performing to the best of abilities, and you're not if you don't use them. That's just a fact.
Who didn't have a crush at the mall? Everyone met up with their crush in the mall. I'm sure those guys are too. They play a little dominoes as cover, and then they go meet their girl.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're meeting your girl, you better have Roman swipe in that wallet.
Big time. So go get the Roman swipes. A clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, and they're fast acting, but they don't require a prescription. Roman can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipe packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. Like I said, super easy to use. Take the swipe out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry. You're good to go. That's it. Go to GetRoman.com/dogwalk to get $10 off when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/dogwalk. One more time, GetRoman.com/dogwalk.
$10. Didn't it used to be $5?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
They're juicing it up for the people. They want the dog walk listeners in.
It is mating season.
Spring
has sprung.
Spring is sprung. The birds and the bees and all that stuff.
So
not that you're trying to procreate, but use Roman swipes nonetheless.
Yes.
You might be.
Yeah, you might be.
You never know.
Yes.
You might be. Are you?
Not yet.
Not yet? What about you? Are you trying to?
I'm not.
Little Eddie's running around?
I'm actively not trying to procreate.
But you are using Roman swipes.
I am. Of course I am. That's right. Jasper Mall. Where do we begin? So I think you begin with the guy who's taking care of the place.
Yes.
Which I assume that guy exists in every single mall left in America.
You know what I would do if I were that guy? Because no one's minding the store, literally. I'd give myself a title promotion. He still was just walking around with a security guard.
That's what I don't get. He was like the general manager, basically.
He was running the entire mall, and he's like, well, I'm a security guard. Like, no, dude, you're the CEO of that of Jasper Mall, and you should lean into that. Boost your own resume. No one's going to give a shit. You're the CEO of Jasper Mall.
You're the guy taking fucking calls trying to get food places in there.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Listen, it's no secret now. If you listen to this show, you know I love malls. I like the nostalgia of them, and to see this was tough. And I know this is the likely fate for a lot of malls. Some malls are still thriving, by the way, though.
Yeah.
There is a narrative that all malls are fucked. That is not true.
No.
It's not.
Is Charlestown still around?
No, not really. Harry, are you? I can't see your face. Are you over there?
Yep.
So Harry's my St. Charles guy. What's the latest on, since you've probably been there more recently than me, what's the latest on Charlestown Mall?
Movie theater's still going.
Love that.
I want to say it's a JCPenney or a Nordstrom we were talking about earlier.
I think they've got a Nordstrom.
Got an anchor? That's big. Because what you learn in that
the
dock,
anchors matter.
Anchors are huge. So they had a Kmart, a JCPenney, and a Belk, which I had never heard of.
You never heard of the Belk?
Belk Bowl.
Belk Bowl.
Oh,
that's all I know it from.
I've definitely heard of the Belk Bowl.
Yeah.
So I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah.
It looks like a different logo, though. I don't know.
I had never heard of Belk
outdated.
other than the Belk
Of course
Bowl.
I've heard of the Belk Bowl.
Belk is like a big department store in the Southeast. So like that makes sense.
Yeah. And they lost to Kmart, obviously, because Kmart doesn't exist anymore. And they lost their JCPenney's when JCPenney shut down a bunch a couple years ago. So when you don't have that, like you lose a lot of people.
You know that you're in dire straits when the little lady who's running a flower shop there decides to retire, and it's like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she had been doing it, and she had that location for years and years, and she's like, I'm retiring. It's like, well, no one's going to take that spot.
There was something sad about that.
There was
something sad about every single story in that entire.
I couldn't decide if I was happy or sad for the mall, for the flower lady, because it's like she did it. She wasn't forced to close. At least that's not how the doc made it seemed. She wrote it out. Even though the mall died, she was still running a business, and then she hung them up on her own terms.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't
like
know that she did though.
You don't think so?
She looked. I mean, she was definitely.
She was turning down business actively.
Yeah,
we saw at least two instances where she turned down business.
Yeah, she was definitely retirement age.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, like that's what I'm getting at is like those people seem so. What they use the term in Shawshank Redemption, institutionalized. Like, what's his face? Not Red, the other guy that hung himself.
What the fuck is his name?
He had the crow.
Not Chubbs.
No,
they're so off.
This is driving.
It's not
me crazy.
Woody. It's not.
It might have been Woody.
No, it's not Woody.
No.
But while Ryan looks it up, long story short, is like that's all they knew. It seemed like she was sad she was closing doors and she didn't want to.
Brooks.
I knew it was something like that. Brooks Hadlin.
Yep.
But the like top to bottom and the Tiger King knockoff, which was just a weird subplot. Like I didn't get that part.
Oh, but I don't think it's a subplot, Dave. I think it's just a look into a guy who runs a mall and someone who just kind of has different jobs, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like this guy went from running seemingly a Joe Exotic type zoo,
and he kind of looked like him a little bit.
Yeah, he did. And he was Australian, like he,
Was he? He had. I was gonna say a British accent mixed with a Southern accent.
I'm pretty sure it was Australian. Yeah.
I couldn't tell what he was.
I couldn't tell what it was either.
Yeah, I thought
because some scenes it'd be like, oh, he's from the deep South with his like super Southern draw, and then other scenes I was like, is he British?
Yeah, I thought he was Steve Irwin-ish.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of sad things, Dave.
It was like I got that lousy feeling in my stomach. Like I feel so bad for every single person in that documentary.
That's like one of those things too. That's like no one can help where they're born or what they're born into. Like you almost want to like hit your knees and be like, thank God I was born, in a place where where your community and your livelihood, and that was like, and they talk about the glory days of the mall. And like how great it was for the town, and they were bringing in this business and all these other, like it was like a rising tide lifts all boats situation. And it's like, well, thank God my community that I was born into wasn't reliant upon a shopping mall.
But see, that's to me what is the depressing part about the doc. I don't feel depressed for the people unless if your job is directly affected to that mall.
I just looked it up on that note. So Jasper's about a little less than 14,000 people. There was probably hundreds of people that worked at the mall. That was probably like the leading employer of the city.
Yeah,
and it's dying. Like these people are probably impoverished. I mean, with respect to like what we're used to, quite a bit. And
like that's to me a place that could be so like full of life and shit, and it could just be whittled down to that. That's what depresses me. Is like how that fucking was the hot spot, and then like now it's just
Do you think? I mean, I know like Bezos basically in Amazon killed them all, right? But
not so well.
Do you think that or no?
In a sense, yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely,
100%.
Yes.
So how do you like? Malls can still be a good time. So like, how do you like pivot?
They did.
They tried to.
And that's my point.
Yeah,
they did pivot. Malls have pivot. Malls are a lot of it is attraction based now. Like the mall by me. There is a mall by me that is very much like this mall. It's called Golf Mill.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have ever
I've heard of it.
it is decrepit. It's like there's not much there, but it's better than, obviously there's more than Jasper, but now it's like there's golf simulators. There's like a bounce house room. Like they're making it like activity based. I think the Gurney Mall, like that's where like the radio station pumps out of. Like they're making it more attraction based rather than like, oh, I'm going to spend money to buy.
Going Christmas shopping.
There's a fucking what's the thing we were going to do? The escape room.
Yeah.
So they're doing shit like that, which is like a smart thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I mean, playing to their audience, they had the string quartet, they had the like little county fair thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing to me. It was of course, for a lot of people, it was a spot to go get shit done and go get clothes and go get whatever you needed. But
you can knock out everything in one spot.
It's a hangout.
Yes, it was a spot to gather.
Yeah.
It was a spot to gather, and you bring those things in there. Like people like to, especially in Chicago, people like to pay to be entertained.
Oh yeah.
That's why our sports teams always do well, and like their concerts do well. Like that's what. I mean,
do well with ticket sales and attention.
I was about to say
with ticket sales.
Yeah.
No, with ticket sales.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
and just how much people care, I would say they do well.
Exactly. People like doing things here,
I mean,
So-
they could make it into like, hey, what are you doing in the winter? Well, I'm going to the mall.
Yeah. And like to me, when I see that, I just think of all the people that should be there that are just sitting on their phones, sitting on their gamer laptops, and like just completely void of human connection. And that's why it really depresses me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too deep or not.
No,
maybe we should do a Barstool Chicago Mall. And then like our attraction is a White Sox Dave speed pitch. Like we could do things like that.
I can't.
You're still on the DL?
I had to retire.
Retire?
I had to retire. We've talked about this 100 times.
But like, unlike the people in Jasper, I have hope that things could get better. I have hope that your shoulder can heal. I mean, you got to be able to throw.
Actually, I was throwing the tennis ball around the dog park the other day, and it didn't hurt. Usually, like I could throw like a fucking like that, and it was hurting. Not. I'm not retired, but I'm not retired.
You're on the DL.
Maybe.
Well, if there was a Barstool Chicago Mall, we would be able to slip an innovative care station in there for the people who need it.
Yeah, I used to get my ADD medication from the mall.
There, see, there you go.
Now I don't got to do that.
You don't have to do that. But if we had innovative care, they'd give us a spot in the mall, because innovative care, if you're unfamiliar, I hope you've been listening all week, but you can get your ADHD medication from them, because we know it's a total headache. So that's why it's time to switch to Innovative ADHD. Innovative is a real medical clinic. It's not one of those online-only refill services. They're based here in Chicago as well, which is awesome. And they're medical providers you can trust. You definitely want to use them for your ADHD management, but you can also turn to Innovative for other things related to primary care or urgent care. The best part about it is you show up that one time and you have no extra doctor visits. It's all telemedicine after that, and it saves you time. You don't have to worry about going out and whatnot. So get online, get your medication refill, get back to your life. Innovative ADHD accepts insurance for evaluations and medication refills, which is great. A lot of companies don't do that, so make sure you're doing that. You must be a resident of Illinois. It's important to note. Go to innovativeadd.com to sign up and make sure you're using them to fill these prescriptions. It's funny, I say all that, and then I advocate for an online company, but there's a big difference, people.
There is.
This is a nuisance. This is an errand to go pick up medication.
And I was joking. I didn't actually get it at the mall.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you can do that at a mall.
They might be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, and here's my thought too. Rather than all these storefront, I mean, also I don't want to abandon storefronts either. So this is why I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth in a sense. But I don't know why some of these storefronts, it just kind of like you miss them and you just drive by, you walk by and you miss them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't pivot to being in a mall. Like, I don't know. Isn't there value in that?
I mean, it's location. I think.
You know what I mean? Like there's definitely storefronts that all of us know about, and I actively avoid because it's like, there's no parking, or you know what I mean? It's just chaos. You don't have to worry about that at the mall.
Yeah, I guess. But if I'm thinking of Randall Road out, in St. Charles, where they have Geneva Commons, which I feel like the outdoor, bigger shopping center strip mall is like now in vogue, where it used to just all be inside. Like, I'm probably more aware of the stores that are in Geneva Commons just because I've driven by it and I can see it from the road, and it's like, oh, okay, I know where that is. I'm going to go there. Versus when you go in the mall, you're looking at that fucking map. You are here. You're looking at the code. You don't even know what stores are in there. Like, you could walk around the mall all day and not know what stores are in there.
That's a little more suburban, though. I guess I mean like in like parts of the city.
Yeah.
If it's like, if you're on, I don't know, Name a part that's, you're way down Fullerton. And it's just like people are just kind of passing. Like all those shops on Belmont,
Yeah.
It's like everyone's kind of just, and sure, they get a lot of foot traffic, but I don't know. I think there is value to people who are like, there's no room in a park. I have to pay a box. Like, there could be some good
There's something
action
to that.
in the mall. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think
as someone who drives and hates paying for parking and hates worrying about that shit, especially when your only option is a busy street to park on, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But I do think the malls are inherently more of like a suburban phenomenon, though, too.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I can think about it, because I don't think I've been to them. Like where's the mall that 5 Iron is in now?
Block 37.
Yeah. So like that's a mall.
Yeah.
Water Tower's still a mall in the city, but it's like those I still feel like are people treat, especially Water Tower, as like a destination. Like it's. You don't necessarily go there just for the shopping. Like you go there and then
that's
it's
a
like,
huge office building too. So you're like walking through the mall
that's a good
and
point.
you can like impulse buy on the way to work, and those guys have money too.
Airports have kind of turned into malls too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. It does make you sad, but it is one of those things where it's like, adapt or die.
Exactly what I was going to say.
And they're dying off. So I don't know what to do for those people. Like, cause I feel bad for the old guys too. The old guys were like, hey, we just like our dominoes game, and it's like,
get our exercise.
Yeah.
But jobs are changing so much. Like a lot of those people who are in those malls or whatever, like they're it's like, what's the plan? All right, start driving an Amazon truck. Like living in a warehouse, start doing.
I almost think that's what those malls should do. Be like, we're your fulfillment center now for Amazon.
Yeah, which is a good.
Yeah,
you said adapt or die. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So make it a fulfillment center, but maybe it's you can do a hybrid where it's like, hey, like Amazon will source from this fulfillment center, but it's also you can operate as a functioning mall. So like you can get point of sale in person, but also they can ship through Amazon.
It's not quite an apples to apples comparison, but Foxtrot has kind of done that a little bit.
Yeah,
they got brick and mortar now, and they used to just be kind of
like a GoPuff.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. There's just, and it's also a movie culture thing. Like I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High, big mall rats guy. There's something about it that's just like, and we grew up doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're the last generation
that's gonna really went there, and that's like where like you said, crush action.
Harry, how old are you?
24, 25 in the
Did
month.
you hang out at the mall when you were in like high school and middle school?
Oh yeah, I went there for Christmas, got photos with Santa, did all my things.
No,
Well,
like
that's
I
not
mean
hanging
like
out.
with your buddies.
Yeah. We would go when I was younger for movies. That was the biggest thing, and go get food in the food court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I just
good.
double checked too. Charleston Mall, it's a Von Mauer, so I think that would still be an anchor.
Oh, that's
Definitely.
that's
Definitely.
a big children's store, right?
No, Von Mauer is
Oh,
like
is it everything?
it's similar to Nordstrom.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Any other characters in the doc stick out to you guys?
I mean, the kid, the kid who's like applying to be the protege.
Yeah.
That's like, dude, like
$8 an hour. You got to pick up human feces on the bathroom floor here and there.
But that's anything though. Like you get a job at Walgreens and someone's shitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Did you ever have to do that?
No, my buddy did though.
Yeah.
And it happened multiple times. It happened in an aisle actually. Someone shit in an aisle.
Someone shit in the women's room when I was working at Arrowhead in Wheaton in the restaurant. Someone, it was a woman, I assume, shit on the floor of the women's room, and I got charged with cleaning it.
That sucks.
As the bar back.
That's awful.
That's tough.
See, and I believe
It was just a little nugget, so it wasn't that big a deal, but it's like, what the fuck
it
is
was a
this?
one scooper.
I don't know why like human shit is so much more disgusting. I pick up dog shit
Multiple times.
2-3 times a
sweat.
day. No, man, I don't even think about it.
No
I
sweat.
think it's because
you know a fucking savage put that there.
Yeah.
It wasn't fucking dogs. That's all they know.
It could have been you.
You know, some inhumane dickhead. That
It could have been you.
Like I said,
You dookied in the urinal.
I shit in the urinal once. It was a prank.
You
in
don't think this
seventh
was a
grade?
prank?
Yeah, I'm sure. Most likely. Was it a bar?
Me?
No, someone shit in a bar. You said?
Yeah, it was
Well-
the restaurant part of the golf course.
I never had. I had to clean toilets in jobs before, but I never had the. That was enough. I can't imagine having to do the human shit.
Yeah. Love the old guys playing dominoes.
Yep.
That's just so classic the mall walkers and whatnot. Do you guys know how to play dominoes?
No, I have no
No.
idea. I couldn't tell what they were doing. I was trying to figure it out as I was watching. I'm like, that guy's looking for a 10. I'm like, how do you play this game? And they're stacking them different.
That's a dying art.
I guarantee Ed knows how to play.
I don't.
I'm shocked by that.
I don't.
I'm surprised.
But now it's piqued your interest a little bit, right?
I'd rather play cards, I think.
Okay.
Unless if Domino's is sick and someone needs
sleeping
to
on it, revive it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or play a little chess. Even though if like you're outmatched in chess, it's not fun.
I mean, I've told that story about I was on a cross-country flight doing chess on easy mode. Didn't come close to sniffing a win.
So
like every game was over in like 4 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I know how to. I forget the exact move, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but I know there's a checkmate you can have in 4 moves, and I know how to do it. And the only way to combat that is if you duplicate their move for the first 4 moves. And Sydney Wells' family, I think she's here actually. I don't know. I thought I heard her.
She was.
Her brother and her dad are super, super into chess. Like they have competitive games against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So her brother and we were up kind of later drinking after I killed the deer and Chief missed his deer.
That was a lie.
How is that a lie?
Because that's not the timeline. We hadn't killed. That was our first night there. You guys did chess. That
Okay,
was the
whatever.
first night you met.
It wasn't a lie. I misremembered. But I played chess against her brother, and her brother's super good. And he tried to do the 4 moves on me, and I knew exactly what he was doing right off the bat. And then I was like, he was very surprised at how good I was at chess.
Really?
Yeah.
You do have like.
I used to love playing
Your
chess.
brain should be analyzed.
It should be.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
For many reasons.
Name some of the reasons, Ed. I don't dookie you in the urinals.
It's true. You don't do that.
What's funny over there, Harry?
Just duking in the urinals is a funny term. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was pulling this up.
Dropped just a big old mud monkey in that urinal.
Is that a Cousin Eddie term?
That's South Park.
Oh, okay.
The Hardly Brothers. I got a clue.
What else happened in that? I mean, it was a lot of just like, hey, this is how these people
Well,
live.
then it was like they were so pumped when the fair was coming. They're like,
Yeah.
here's our hope. The
This is
local
big.
traveling carnival. Put it in the parking lot.
I did
That'll bring some
appreciate
people in.
the relationship dynamic between I'm assuming they were in high school, and they were telling how they met and playing the like game back and forth, and then a month later, been there, done that.
Have
so
you?
have you? Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Play the light game back and forth. Next thing you know, you're balls deep, Ed.
That's the.
What the fuck are you laughing at?
Because you're a foul boy.
I'm not foul.
The way that yes you are. The way you say things is just foul. It's for shock and awe. And even though I've known you for almost a decade now, I still fall for the shock and awe.
I'm good at the shock and awe game.
Yeah.
So I want to make like a it'd be fun to do like a dog walk field trip series where we go to these places.
I bet you.
I mean,
I bet you could get the general manager on.
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm saying like go here, go to fucking Onion Town, go to like just like
you
what's
wanna
Onion
go to,
Town?
Oh man, Onion Town is.
You missed that. That was a good one.
Yeah, Onion Town is this place at like the end of the road in upstate New York that is just completely cut off from society, and it's like a one road in, one road out, and like if you try to go there, they like basically try to pull you out of their car and like assault you.
Oh,
and it's all these
on that
That's
exact
like
note.
Stell?
Did you have people reach out about Stell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
I had probably 10 people reach out about Stell.
Yeah. Well,
What'd they say about it?
Same shit that you
Yeah.
said. Yeah, that it was pretty dicey and whatnot. So I definitely want to.
I mean, we could do like a Blair Witch project of all these like real places.
Yeah.
That would
what
be
was that
awesome.
place in off? It was like Montauk. The Montauk Project.
Oh,
that was one.
the island. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
place where they think they invented like Lyme disease. And they have
Yes,
a mental
dude.
institution.
Fire Island or Fire
No.
Island? So
No, it's-
Long Island Sound you're talking about.
Yeah. So they have like Block Island, they have Fire Island, which are these like vacation destinations, and they have this other place, which like was run by the OSS and then the CIA, and they were doing like weird tests on like the I think the movie Shutter Island is like loosely based on that.
That movie freaks me out.
Yeah.
Marty Mush was in like a history doc on this place.
Marty Mush?
Yeah, remember the Montauk Project? We showed it to you. Maybe we're thinking of a different thing.
Maybe.
I'm thinking of the submarine thing.
Oh no! I'm thinking of the place where we did it. We did an episode on this place. I'm thinking of too, but it was like it was like they created this. They had this island that was like east of Long Island, and they're like, well, we'll just put it out there. Like nothing could ever get off that island. And then it was like, it did. And there was an outbreak. And there's a theory that they like the CIA, they concocted basically Lyme disease. And then the ticks got out that because they were using it for like chemical work.
I know what you're talking about. We're talking about different things.
Okay.
You remember this one?
I mean,
it's Stranger Things, like kind of based off.
Yes.
Where they thought that there was this place called Montauk Project.
Yeah.
Where the purpose was developing psychological warfare techniques and exotic research, including time travel.
Yeah. We definitely. This was like 2020. I think
Yeah. And they were doing like
I love this kind of shit.
Why don't we do this? We'll go around. We'll find these all fucking weird places, and then we'll do a couple of Snake Draft live shows, and then we'll make documentaries about these different places.
It'd be wild.
They freak me out, but like I would love to go see this kind of
place. What's up with the RV these days?
The Barstool RV?
Yeah. Can we get a hold of that?
I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be cool.
Yeah, and then we'll just throw the dogs in, Ace and George, and we'll go for a trip.
Well, we'll get babysitters.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with dogs because he's
what's wrong with George?
I just can't have dogs shitting in the RV.
George wouldn't shit in the RV.
He might.
He wouldn't.
He might.
We just have to stop.
Do you know
every
how to
4 hours.
housebreak a dog, Ed?
No, there's Chaps.
I mean,
Chaps can come.
The point is dogs like they know where to take shits.
So I'm moving in 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks.
Congratulations on becoming a homeowner. By the way,
thank you. And the one thing I'm worried about most is when I moved into this current place, he never did it in the house, but George had diarrhea for a week. And I feel like...
You got carpet?
I think, well, I have this little sunroom that has carpet, and that's it.
Nah, you just close that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
what else would be on our weird places?
I had a bunch of shit, dude. I mean,
Stell. So people were DMing me saying that if you like get to city limits, people just turn on their lights no matter what time of day and just stare at you from their like kitchen windows, and all you can really see is their like silhouette because they're constantly on the lookout for people coming into the city.
That's so weird.
Yeah, there was like projections that there was going to be by this happened in the 70s, I think it was, like 250,000 people by 1980, and then 500,000 people by 1990, and then 1 million people by the turn of the century in this city in rural Illinois, down kind of towards Champaign.
Mm-hmm.
Super fucked up. And I'm like, that's all I know about it, but it's enough where I want to go and see if these people are like aliens or something.
It'd be something. And then, one last note I had here about the dock was they chose that mall because it was built in 1981 and it had not been remodeled. It was one of those that's how it was built original. And that's how it's sat.
Interesting.
So, yeah. I don't know. I'd like to get down.
I feel like the Fox Valley Mall was constantly under construction.
What, like just moving shit around? And
yeah, just additions, subtractions. It felt like it was always under construction to me.
There was always just something exciting. Yeah. Like I remember I can't remember the name of the mall, but a mall we used to go to as kids. They had like a 3-story merry-go-round. And how about that lady torturing her daughter on the fucking merry-go-round?
No, you appreciate that though, Dave. Like,
that girl was screaming bloody murder. It's like, dude, she's fucking terrified. Take her off the goddamn donkey. Yeah, she's just laughing at her.
It's called exposure therapy.
It's tough love.
Yeah.
Come on, Dave.
Exposure therapy. You can never make somebody less you can't protect people, but you can make them less afraid, and you make them less afraid by exposing them to what they're afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to be exposed to like spiders more often?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I was trying to help you. I used to send you those gifts of spiders.
I don't like that.
We can make that happen.
Tweet Dave gift spiders.
Nope, don't do it. Please don't do it. I don't like looking at spiders.
GIFs.
GIFs. You said GIFs.
The second time, only for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But all right. I think we could wrap there. Anybody else have anything here? I don't know. My kind of doc, a lot of people probably hated it. I apologize if you did.
I think it was one like kids. It was supposed to like shine light on the worst of the world.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that people are bad because they all look like just genuinely good people, but
definitely
it was just so depressing.
Mm-hmm. I think it was better than the New Orleans Six Flags one, though.
I would agree.
Yeah. So
I wasn't bored watching it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty easy watch.
Question for you and Chief: how does this compare to the Crips and Bloods Made in America one that Dante recommended?
Way better.
Way better.
The one that Dante that was the single worst documentary I think.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Did he like it?
No, someone recommended it, and it was a recommend before the watch, which you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this one. It was just, I don't know. There was something about the shot changes, and Harry, you could appreciate that, where it'd be like a segment, and then it would just go to a spot in the mall, like just people sitting on the reclining chairs getting the massages.
Yeah.
Then it would just be him mopping, and it's just like you're just watching this, and it's like I'm just watching a guy mop in theory, but like more, you're really watching.
You're like, why is this guy mopping?
You're watching this mall exist.
Yeah, it felt like that guy. What do we know his name? The main security guard manager. I mean, that guy. I mean, that's like the finger in the dam guy. Where it's like you remove Mike, all the walls would collapse on that place in like 3 hours.
Definitely.
That's a fact. His name is Mike.
He loves that mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does it. Well, hopefully they get that third anchor. They get some more food spots in there, and Jasper's up and running again. But all right, everybody, that's it for today. And I hope you paid attention on Tuesday because that's it for this week. Only Monday through Thursday now. So we'll see you guys on Monday for the draft.